Right, we're back, hopefully, with gaming audio. So we'll look at the championship standings first. So, like I said earlier, Scotty is champion-elect, so he cannot be beaten. 43 points, comfortable gap over Ned Hug, my dog, who is wrapped up second in the championship as well. And Bags Liddell is also wrapped up third place in the championship as well. Fourth place is not quite wrapped up yet, so Volcanic is hanging on by the skin of his teeth by not much over Patuka, Banana Cake Pie, and possibly even Will could make a play for that as well. Scooter Batata's still in there or thereabouts in 8th. Chupasaurus Rex in 9th. Of course, is not racing with us tonight, unfortunately. He's got some other stuff going on. And Grim Reaper rounds out your top 10. So you can check out where everybody is up and down the field. Look at the constructors very quickly. Alfa Romeo are pretty much constructors champions, I believe. 25 points. Actually, let me make sure I've got that right. 25 points. So unless something dramatically happens with Haas, and I think they've pretty much got this one in the bag. I think Renault in third at the moment, ahead of Red Bull. So it's, like I said, still minor places to finish up. And Williams in 5th, Racing Point in 6th, McLaren 7th, Mercedes 8th, AlphaTauri 9th, and Ferrari will be rounding out the final positions there in position number 10. Right, so hopefully we've got gaming audio this time around. Can everything go worse in this last stream? It had to happen in the last race. So, top 10 are starting on the soft competitor tyres. That's the tyre they qualified on. Outside the 10, only J Nachos and Half King are on the softs. Everybody else on the medium. So that's Grim Reaper, Skinner Matata, Metz, Kurt Boy, and Volcanic in what's going to be his final race on PlayStation for a little while, to say the least. And the weather looks a bit of an issue, to say the least. A bit overcast. As we have, for one final time, an RS4, 5 red lights. Let's have some fun, shall we? Away we go here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. And it looks a pretty even start off the front row of the grid. In fact, Patuka may lead into turn 1. They go side by side here. Chris, there's a little bit of contact there. It looks like Bags Liddell and Banana going side by side as well. And Will's trying to go around the outside. But Patuka does take the race lead. Down into Descida de Lago for the first time. Can Patuka hold on? Chris will have to try bold around the outside. I think one of the Red Bulls has been caught up in the background. I'm going to say that's Kurt Boy. But it's Patuka that does take the lead. As Will has already come to drive through. Oh, big crash in the background. There's a big crash. There's one of the Alphas. It is Will is off the road. Safety car has been deployed. I don't know why, to say the least. But there's carnage every which way you look. There'll be positions swapping and changing, I reckon, because it might have been overtaken under safety car potentially. So, gee whiz, that's definitely what you need, isn't it, in this last race of the season? It was a good jump there for Patuka. He got the jump over VER Chris. And it's Scotty in third, so we'll wait to see. No doubt, I think Will is definitely going to have to pit. I'm pretty sure his teammate might have to pit as well. No, I think he's got away with it. So I'm pretty sure there was some others that got caught up in that. So we'll wait and see who comes in. So Half King is in the lane. Going to get it slowed down to about 80k an hour. I'm not sure what it is in miles per hour. Grim in, Rock in, Metz in, Will in, and Ned is also going to come in. So how many front wings are we going to have to replace? So definitely say a fair few. So Half King, definitely a wing change. Rock, a wing change. Grim, a wing change. Who was the other one? Metz. I think it was a wing change. Oh, this would be a nightmare for Alfa Romeo, to say the least, doing the double stack early on in this race. See what it's going to be, a wing change as well. Can't really tell from this camera angle. No, this might be just a normal pit stop there for Ned. So, of course, Will can't take his drive-through penalty as well, because under safety car you're not allowed to serve it, so he'll have to take it out once we go green flag racing again. So as soon as the safety car does come in, I would assume he'll dive straight into the pit lane. Both Alphas collided. Oh, that's the last thing you need. Always the one rule that I always say in league racing is do not tangle with your teammate. If that's the case, well, that's going to be a bit awkward there for both Will and Ned. Hug my dog. Standing 16th and 17th respectively. It was a good jump there for Patuka. He had to fight hard there in those first couple of corners. He did manage to get the jump there over Chris there in second. And Scotty in third. Bags Liddell in fourth. Managed to just hang on, I think, over Banana in position 5. Then there's Ivan in 6th. Deputy Dog in 7th. Scooter Batata in 8th. And the best of the medium compound runners in 8th. Then his teammate Jane Archos in 9th. There's Volcanic. Looked like he was lagging a little bit there in 10th. Although saying that could be just my internet. But it could be his as well. I'm not entirely sure. And it's Kurt Boy in 11th. And the guys that have already pitted as well. That looked very weird there with Volcanic. But oh God, looks like he's lagging a little bit. Hopefully it's not too bad. Will's back in again for a set of the mediums. I'm not sure what Ned's trying to do here. Waiting up very cautiously for his teammates, so don't really know what the game plan is here. I don't think he can pass under safety car. Well, definitely the rules state you can't. So you can't pit under safety car. No, sorry. Yeah, well, you can't pass under safety car is what I'm trying to say. Oh no, Grim has spun it under the safety car. Well, that's an awkward spot to be. Oh, careful, lads. I don't think he can pass. Well, Ned might get away with it. I'm not sure about Will. Whether he'll have to give that spot back or not, I don't know. He might have gotten away with it. His safety car's in this lane. That's a very late call. This will probably catch everybody else off by surprise. Jane Archers and Volcanic. Look at all this stuff going in the background. It's a car park. This is like Monza 2019 all over again, isn't it? Well, we're going back green flag racing once again. So Patuka manages to hold on to his start. Just ran it a little bit wide into turn 1, but just held on over VER Chris. Then it's Scotty. Bags Liddell's under a little bit of pressure there from Banana Cake Pie. Then it's Ivan in 6th. Deputy Dildog 7th. Scooter Batata, Jane Archos, Volcanic, that's your 10. Green will probably, he's still pushing on, even with the wing damage. Well, he's back to last place. Yeah, well, I don't really know the maths, to be honest, really, but they'd probably need a miracle just to hang on. I probably got way ahead of myself there. I've probably forgotten that maybe the constructor's not quite wrapped up there, so let's just say there's a lot of stuff that's been going on today, so I apologise as they switch around of the teammates. Probably been more focused on work than anything else, so yeah, if I got that wrong, I sincerely apologise, but there might be still a hope. But they need to have probably a decent result. Because where they are at the moment, obviously the points standings is a little bit different, so 1 to 15 is basically anybody can score points. There's all Mets and Ned who are battling away there as I think Will's finally come in to serve his drive-through penalty. And Grim will probably come in for a pit stop. Kurt Boy is around, I think. Yes, he is. In between turns 1 and 2, it's the center S's, and I think he's missing an end plate on his front wing, or quite a lot of damage on the left-hand side there, so he'll have to come in once again. I think Will lost out too much time, but he'll be way behind the field. And like I said, it was only 25 points for covering Alfa Romeo to Haas in the constructors, but they probably need a miracle. And knowing what I've seen with Ned's pace, usually he has a pretty decent result. So he got the pole and the win last week, possibly even the fastest lap. I'm not even sure because it was a bit of a mixture all around. If you haven't checked out that live stream, then do please go check it out on the Race Spec Esports YouTube channel. And if you haven't, please do subscribe. I think they're getting close to the 1450 mark. Well, they're currently 1420, I think, subscribers. So if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any of the live streams. Obviously, there probably won't be a few live streams for a little while. There might be some videos from the GT Sport League, but there probably won't be too many live streams left with the RS2, 4, 5 and whatnot as The Rock has left the session. I'll just quickly send him an invite. Hopefully he hasn't lagged out or his internet has died. Yeah, where is he? Where is he? Do I have... I probably don't actually have him here. I'm sorry, Rock, but might not be on my friends list there, so I might have to maybe find another way in. So I'll probably have to remind everybody about the points standing, the points system in the Race Spec leagues. If I can find it. Where is it? Here, I know I put it in here recently. I'm too busy throwing away from the footage as Rock's back in by the looks of it, but he obviously dropped a couple of spots. Usually, you know, when he returns, well, when someone returns, the gamer tag disappears. So Chris sets the fast lap of the race now with 7.87, I think it was. That's the wrong one. 9.787, new fast lap of the race for VER Chris. Putting a bit of pressure here on Patuka. Volcanic gets the first time penalty of the race. 3-second time penalty. That definitely won't be helping him out. Like I did mention earlier on, he's his final race for the time being on the PlayStation, whether it's PS4 or 5. But I think he's making the transition to PC next season. So you never know. We may see him back again on PlayStation, but for the moment I think he's going to focus on PC for the time being. So wish you all the best, Volcanic, in your next endeavours, as Deputy Dilldog and Jay Nachos were switching positions. There goes Skinner Batata around the outside of his teammate, hopefully to give each other a racing rhythm. They weren't too kind to each other last week, I know that for a fact. They managed to keep it nice and clean, and he's up already into 8th spot from 17th on the grid. There's Skinner Batata, a nice run. Oh, that's awkward. I think both of them are collided again. You are kidding me. That was always risky. Virtual safety car has been deployed. Oh, no, 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 no. That one is definitely not going to go down well. And, well, that probably explains it, as Skinner Batata gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That was probably ambitious, I've got to say, from Skinner Batata trying to go around the outside. Usually you want to try and go around the inside, or just probably should have just had patience and waited for a bit. I don't really want my voice box to go. I still want to have a voice for tomorrow. Anyway, but both of these guys have now come in. Very awkward time. So mediums for Jay Nachos and a new wing. I think Skinner Batata's gone hards in a new wing. So yeah, that's gonna be an awkward deep breath. I don't think Zach Brown's gonna be very thrilled with these two after this race. There's somehow still sectors 1 and 2 and 3 yellow flags. I don't know why. Well, there we go with green flag racing. Nachos gets a 3-second time penalty. Exhibitions will be there. What do you mean by the exhibition races? I'm not 100% sure what you mean there. There might be still an all-star race to do as well, so I don't know if anything about that one, as well, Rock has apparently joined again, as he's now left again. So his internet is not being too kind to him, or either the game isn't either, but he's now rejoined again. Net ran the outside, I think this was, on Half King, and he's up to 8th spot now. Makes the move, so he's now the leading medium compound runner. Of course, he did pit under that safety car. Not really sure why, as obviously the spectator menu will just be blank for a little bit. I think that's just because Rock's just rejoined the lobby, so the timings will fix themselves up once the leader crosses the line, and well, everybody pretty much crosses the control line. He's still got a good margin. Just starting to pull away. It's just still there or thereabouts. Actually 0.4 of a second, so it's a lot closer than I was expecting, but he's still got the DRS. There's Banana and Scotty switching positions. So I've missed this somewhere along the line. Scotty has dropped back to 5th. Bags Liddell's now 3rd, and Banana up to 4th. So Scotty, like I said, he's probably just trying to keep it clean, obviously. He's already got the championship wrapped up, so he probably doesn't need to do anything too silly. Just got to keep it nice and clean and have a nice, decent points haul. He obviously Mr. Consistent all around, I think, is Scotty, so hence why is the reason why he's champion-elect in season 4 of RS4. I don't know really about that one, the fault. Don't really want to cause any friction between any of these drivers. So, but I've got to say, Skinner Matata going round the outside, coming around turn 14. It's a risky one, I've got to say, and I think he just probably lost the back end coming out of that, and, well, unfortunately, his teammate was just there or thereabouts right there, so it's really unfortunate for both the teammates there, so as we've had a change for the lead here, so Chris is now excuse me, sorry about the voice dropping now and again, but yeah, Chris is now taking the lead off Patuka, so he's now taking full advantage of whether Patuka's made a mistake somewhere. I don't really know, but he's now in front as Metz and Volcanic are switching positions. This Volcanic goes very wide there, trying to get a good run here on Metz. It's difficult to go around the outside. We need to play patiently, but he'll have to settle in behind for now, unless Metz makes an error coming up here. It doesn't look like it, so he hangs on for 10th. The closest battle here is, of course, Scotty just hanging on to the back of Banana for the time being. Not sure what you mean by the fun kind of races, Kavudi. Don't think I quite understand what you mean there. I'm not really too sure whether there's going to be any of that kind of stuff. I don't really know. There's usually an all-star event like that usually happens after the season, so with like all the different consoles, so I don't know for a fact if that's going to be happening or not after this season. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Keep an eye on the social media channels. Their links, the Race Spec Esports links are down in the description if you want to go follow them to keep an eye out for that sort of thing. If you want to come and join the Discord, get yourself prepared for Season 5, and there's a link down to in there as well. Or if you want to come and join the GT Sport League, there's also a link down in the description as well. But a little tip, if you join the Discord server, don't do the sign-ups that are already there. That sign-up is for Season 4. So please don't do the sign-ups, because they're pretty much after this last few races, the Season 4 is going to be done and dusted. So don't bother doing the sign-ups for Season 4 again, because, well, especially if you join the Discord, then don't do them, please. Just bide your time. And hopefully there'll be some news about Season 5. So as we cut through to lap 13, apparently pit window's open for the hards. Wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a few guys try and do the hards, as Kurt Boy and the Scooter Batata battling away for position. Patuka 3-second time penalties, and that's not going to help his cause. But Scooter Batata gets ahead in the 16th spot, and Kurt Boy in 17th, so Kurt Boy just trying to something different, maybe hoping for a safety car to maybe save his race, because he's on the soft competitor, so he'll definitely have to pit again after his little spin or whatever happened there at turn in the center S's. So still there or thereabouts, so we'll have to wait and see which of these guys will do soft to hards potentially, which we did see earlier this week in Pacific, or whether we see the majority pretty much go till about mid-race distance and go soft to medium, which probably is the strategy to go with. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Keep an eye on anybody pits. As yes, both the front two are in the lane. Patuka making a lot of ground and makes a little bit of contact there. Just managed to slow it down. Hopefully he didn't get any front wing damage from that. So Bags Liddell will take the race lead, obviously. And let's see how this one. He made up a lot of ground in that transition to the pit lane. So it's mediums for Chris and hards for Patuka. Hopefully he's left the lane. No, that was a poor, terrible getaway there for Patuka, so I don't know what the heck was going on there, but he's lost a bunch of time now to Chris, whether he wasn't prepared or something, or I don't think it was for a front wing change. And now he's lost a heap of ground. Hopefully he didn't get any front wing damage from that at all, but he just comes out ahead of Will there in position 13. Of course, Will served the drive-through penalty, so he'll still yet to do his pit stop. He'll probably have to make another pit stop anyway, so. There's Bags Liddell that leads by a good margin, 2.3 seconds over Banana Cake Pie. It's Scotty in third, Ivan in fourth. He's been under attack here from this next group with Deputy Dildo and Ned. Of course, is the leading medium compound runner. Of course, he did pit under that safety car, so he'll have to do another pit stop. Make it to the end as then goes Deputy Dildo. Get it slowed down. No, he doesn't under the 80k. You got to be under 80 k's an hour to get under the speed limit. Like I said, I don't know what that is in miles per hour. It's volcanic, another 3-second time penalty. So it'll probably be medium compounded tyres for Deputy Dildog. There goes his teammate there who's lost a lot of ground as Ned has switched positions with Ivan, so he gets up into fourth spot now. To keep an eye on where he fans out, as that's Kurt Boy. I think that's around. Yes, he is. And got more damage, so doesn't look like it's a great weekend all around here in Brazil. So I'm going to assume majority of these guys are going to pit probably around that mid-range window for the medium compound runners. Of course, like I said, Ned has done his... that's the wrong way. Yellow's in Sector 2. Oh, that's Half King who's around. Oh, that was a little bit of dangerous. Thank God for ghosting. As Kurt Boy gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, no. You're kidding me. Oh, this could be the worst possible time for Bags Liddell to pit as well. Oh, no, 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 no. As in comes Ivan as well. Oh, this is going to ruin Bags Liddell's race. Oh, I dare say be fuming with his teammate at this point in time that this has happened. This is so unfortunate, but maybe even if Kurt just went a lap down or something just to let his teammate through, or just went another lap, this would have been a whole situation, but he's been avoided. But look at where he comes out. He's in Nowheresville. He's back behind Ivan as well. He's down at a 12th spot. Oh, that's a hard break there for Bags Liddell there. So this is going to obviously gain these guys behind who didn't stop another lap. So there's 2 runners left on the soft compounded tyres that yet to pit. 15 laps still going at the moment here. So I think they're definitely going to... As Chris, that's the new fastest lap of the race of 109.556. It's only half a second now between these two, obviously, and Ned will be starting to close in because the softs do sort of tend to die off. They're not too bad around here, tyre wear, all around, but they'll probably start to die off, obviously. Deputy seems to have lost his brakes. Yeah, well, potentially, it'll probably just misjudgment there coming into the pit lane. It always happens in majority of pit lanes, really. You just get that tiny fraction wrong, it'll cost you big time. And, of course, obviously got that 5-second penalty. So here's Chris putting pressure on Metz. So the world has now opened up now. He's pretty much bolted at this point in time. So unless something dramatic happens in his last few laps, he's got this one in the bag as the top 2 come into the pit lane, as Scotty has definitely made up some ground into the pit lane. I thought for a second he was going to end up in the wall then. But there's Banana just pulling in, so it'll be medium compounds for him. And also be mediums for Scotty. So you have to hold him behind. Yeah, just in behind. So it was literally nothing between those two. So these guys obviously pop out a lot further up the road. As they're going to come into a bit of traffic, obviously, because there's a few guys that have still yet to pit. So Banana and Scotty will phase in behind the rock here. Actually, Scotty will drop in behind. Oh, no, that's Kurt Boy, who's obviously a lap down by the looks of it. So won't matter too much here. Obviously, the ghosting is turned on in this league, so won't matter too much. Obviously, he's a lap down, so hopefully Kurt Boy doesn't do any silly stuff there. But they're keeping him nice and close to company. And if obviously Banana can't get past Rock very quickly, he's in with a good shot. And these guys probably a lot closer to Patuka than I was expecting them to be. Of course, yes, Patuka is on the hard compounded tyres, so they'll go definitely long in this race. Well, sorry, they'll probably come into a bit more tyre fruition later on, obviously, when the mediums start to die out potentially. But now Banana will be just flying by the rock here, and I don't think he's going to fight it too much, as he obviously will set the purple final sector, and hopefully Scotty will be able to get past the rock as well. I don't think the rock will put up too much fight as he gets a 3-second time penalty. That was definitely a corner cut through turn 2 of the centre S's. See, the rock will get DRS, but hopefully he doesn't fight here, as Patuka puts another car in between himself and Banana. This Half King gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It's the last thing you need. So that was probably not what Banana wanted. He wanted, hopefully, that's lag big time there, I think, for Volcanic. So, well, Banana gets by anyway, so not that it probably mattered too much. Now this puts him in good range here. I was thinking if he stuck behind Volcanic, is Scotty going to go around the outside? Oh, well, he was going to go around the outside, but never mind, because Volcanic's now back in front of him here. Oh, as he gets a little bit sideways there. Hopefully the rock doesn't put up too much of a fight here. There's plenty of blue flags, and of course is for Kurt Boy. Volcanic, I think, just pulled away to the side there and not putting up too much of a fight here. So I think his internet might be letting him down here. So now Banana is a lot closer to the back of Patuka. We'll get the DRS, obviously, so Patuka will obviously try and fight it, try and keep it behind for as long as he can. And of course, there's the difference of compounded tyres and the difference in speed that they've got and grip. So Will clears Volcanic for 8th place. Hopefully Kurt Boy doesn't incur many penalties with the blue flags. Hopefully he can try and get past. Don't play any factor in this one. Usually if you pass, I think 3 or more or something, and if you the signboards, and if you don't obviously let the cars through, then you'll cop a 5-second penalty. You'll probably see that on the bottom of your screen from time to time again. Where's the battle here? So Ned currently leads the way still. I think he's got a pit again. I doubt whether he can get those mediums to the end, as Deputy Dilldog has cleared Volcanic. I think Volcanic's going to dive it into the lane anyway, so not an ideal race for him. His last race for PlayStation, as somebody went very wide there. I think that was The Rock. Just letting Will go by. I think Will will definitely have to pit again as well. Oh, geez, don't take it with your teammate too much here. Might be just letting his teammate go by here. I can't even see where he is. Well, what the hell just happened? Okay, that was weird. Apparently Will's back behind Rock. So, okay. Did I miss something there? Did something weird happen? As Volcanic's obviously got under the soft compounded tyres. Man, that seemed weird. It might have been a little bit of lag, maybe. I don't know. Rock's internet's not probably been the nicest tonight, but Half King gets a 3-second time penalty. So where's this battle at with Banana? He's still thereabouts in the window. Only 2 cars in the top, 6 positions here. There's yet to pit, of course, and Ned will have to pit again. And Metz, I'm not sure. I think he might have pitted. Actually, let me double check here. Yes, he's already done a stop already, so he'll probably might have to make another stop as well. So these guys probably be hoping for another safety car. Good boy, another 3-second time penalty. Suppose he hasn't got any 5-second penalties. Unless the game's just being weird or stuff, I have no idea. As Chris now gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's critical. I think that's his first one for the race. So it's pretty much even Stevens. These guys can catch up as one of the McLarens is around. I'm going to skin that's a Skinner Matata. Hopefully he's just done a full spin there and not reset to the track. But, he hasn't got any wing damage out of that. But if Banana can clear Patuka potentially, of course there is a fair margin up the road as Ned comes in for his final stop. So Ned and the mediums will definitely not get to the end as Metz does come in as well. So that now puts Chris back into the effective race lead for now. So Ned will be going very quickly on the set of soft compounded tyres. So you see a few of those guys will drop down the field a little bit. Rock's still pushing on, so he hasn't yet pitted. Will's in as well. So he would have had to have come in again. So that'll drop him back further down the field. Scotty is showing now lap down for me. This game is so brilliant, isn't it? I think probably most of us will be glad to once this game cycle is done to uninstall this game. I know I can't wait. I know I've probably still got a couple more races to do on PlayStation and Xbox, but I cannot wait to uninstall this game because this game has just been absolute crap. Let's be honest, it has been crap. And hopefully, I'm not holding my breath, but let's hope that 2021 is a lot better. Although I'm probably holding my breath there, so not expecting a lot really. But so Ned's come back out in 5th position. So he'll obviously go purple in these first couple, well, the second and third sector, because obviously he's just come in for the pit stop. Hopefully these timing things will fix itself up. So gap's 9 seconds at the front. So I think for Banana to potentially win this race, he's got to get past Patuka as quickly as possible, try and get that gap underneath. Because I might have just had a disconnection there, a lot of this stuff. I apologise in advance. This game is so lovely for me. So yeah, again, that might be just my internet, as Grim is in the pit lane. He probably would have had to come in again. So a set of softs, Rock's in as well, so he's on a fresh set of softs and he'll come out just close with Will. Literally so close. That's not the camera I was looking for, Cody's. And Will just gets by him, because obviously he pitted the lap before. But of course the Rock will have a lap fresher compounder tyres. This is the tricky thing around Brazil as well. You cannot afford to get stuck in a DRS train, because if you get stuck in one, you're probably in a little bit of trouble. I know that for a fact back in season 3, I think it was. Well, obviously it was a very close qualifying. Ned sets the fast lap of the race now with a 109.224. That's one of the Alpha Tauris in the dust. That's the Rock there. That's a very awkward one there. Oh, no. It's probably going to reset you to track at this point in time. If you go way too far in the infield, this is not ideal for the Rock, and I hope he hasn't got disqualified. Will now sets the fast lap at 109.130. I think he's just cleared Volcanic. Well, I hope he has. We'll have to wait and see on that one. No, Rock does not look like he's been disqualified. I was a bit worried for a second. They're still battling away here, these two, as he pushes Volcanic very wide there. But holds off a 10th for now. I want to try and get past him. Don't think you want to be sitting behind that is, if this is the case, obviously a very laggy car. But Will gets 10th position and Volcanic back to 11th now. Simon's closing in on Deputy Dilldog for position 6. That's Kurt Boy in the foreground, who's getting the blue flags, obviously. Rock gets a 3-second time penalty. And now this will bring Ned into this battle as well for second spot. So, like I was saying before, obviously you get stuck in a DRS train. Ivan gets a 3-second time penalty. You're basically stuck in it, I think, as I think that's just Kurt Boy just getting out of the road there as he, loses his front wing right on cue. So his race is really going down the drain at this point in time for Kurt Boy. So it's really unfortunate. Last couple of races are not going his way. But like I said, if you're getting stuck in a DRS train, then you're pretty much stuck in one, because what did I do last season? I can't remember. In season 3. It was that I did mediums to softs to softs to mediums. I can't remember, but I know for a fact I was doing the fresher fresher compounder tyres as the Rocks is to 108.802, new fast lap of the race. Somehow. Skidder Matata's in the pit lane, so he'd be probably getting on a set of softs and probably trying to go fast lap of the race. But I was trying to obviously make my way through a DRS train, and basically once I caught up to one, I was stuck in it basically. So I just could not get past. No matter how much you tried, I was probably trying to get it, using up a lot of ERS as well. But once you're stuck in one, you're basically stuck there for pretty much the rest of the race, unless something happens on the last lap. That's just the basics of it, really. I think think the aero dynamics would be a lot better in these cars, but maybe not, as Ivan, I think, has cleared Deputy Dildog. He has, so 6th place now for Ivan. Going a lot better this time around compared to back at Spain, I think it was his last race, as Kurt Boy now finally decides to retire. It's a sad way to end his season, unfortunately, in the pit lane, as that's one of the Hasses having a moment there. It looks like Half King. As the Rock goes by for 14th place, so I think his wing looks a little bit average, so yeah, it's looking very unfortunate as he gets a 3-second time penalty, as I think he's just pretty much given up at this point in time. Hopefully he doesn't bin it in a wall at this point in time to bring out a late safety car, because that may cause dramas. But if, let's just say he were to retire potentially, well, he'd probably be maybe outside the points as well if he pits again, but that probably would confirm Alfa Romeo would be Constructors Champions. Seeing where they are, obviously Scotty in 4th, Ned's in 5th. No, sorry, Scotty in the other Haas is in 4th, then the two Alphas are 5th and 10th respectively. So they'll be on for some good points for this one. So obviously the point system is a lot different. It's obviously based on the MotoGP system, so it's obviously 25 points for a race winner. Half King, I think, is way off the road now, so yep. I think that nearly pretty much confirms the Alfa Romeo will be Constructors Champions. As obviously his car will be ghosting now. He's a lap car. Since the leader's gone by, so I'll try and run through it in order like the point system. So it's 25 points for a race, but that's still the case, as he'd probably just taken out the 50-metre board there. As we'll see if we can find somebody else who's near. No, he didn't take out the 50-metre board. I'm shocked, but so Skinner Matata back to his Half King safety car. This was the exact thing I was worried about. What this would happen. Now this changes things dramatically here. Well, this might be a steward's inquiry because this has affected the race. But no doubt pit stops are going to happen here. I think everybody will be diving in for softs. Well, if not for, obviously for fresh softs. But these guys that are on the mediums or the hards. But as well, maybe these guys, well, if they've got a fresh set, use them. Why not? You may as well try it. So this is going to help out Bags Liddell quite a bit because he was well down the field, obviously. I'll see whether I can find a gap in time to try and run through the point system. So, do any of the leaders pit? This will be interesting to see whether anybody is going to stay out and gamble. Patuka, I would probably question mark at this point whether he would stay out. But obviously these guys will have a gap, of course, to the next car, which of course the lead group of the pit stoppers that have happened now is Deputy Dildog in 7th, so we'll wait to see. Does the leader pit? Yes, he does. He'll have to pit. So he doesn't want to take the risk. Gets it nice and slowed down. He's got a comfortable 11-second margin, and the Williams pit garage is the last one in that, so that's the Rock just to go through. Oh, Ivan, a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. That's the last thing he needs. That's going to cost him his race. He must have just sped over the Delta. Obviously, you got to keep high. There's Will and Volcanic has got a 5-second penalty for some unknown reason, and Will's car's just stopped randomly. So Chris, Banana, Patuka. Actually, Banana's ahead of Patuka here, so that's helped our Banana here big time. Ned's in for a set of softs. Ivan's in for a set of softs. Obviously, he'll have to serve a drive-through once we go green once again. But Scotty was the only one that stayed out. It probably doesn't really matter too much because he's already champion-elect, so may as well take a gamble. Why not? Might take a little bit of time for everybody to catch up here, so he'll be hoping that happens in this case. But everybody behind is going to be on relative fresh compounded tyres as is Volcanic serving one of his 5-second penalties by the looks of it. So I'll try quickly go through this and I'll take a quick drink so I can get through the rest of this race. So I'm going to assume he's gone for a half spin, Gavin, coming around between turns 14 and 15. You know, I think it was back 2003 when they had all the big crashes there in and around that area. But I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Probably have to get Half King's point of view on see what occurred there. But this has definitely affected this race, that is for sure. Whether there's going to be stewards inquiries or not after this race, who knows? So they might just let it run free, but who knows? But the point system is basically, obviously 25 for it, if you win the race. It's 20, 16, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This is down to 10th, obviously. Then it's 11th, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which will be the 15th place, which is, of course, Schooner Matata. So if they obviously stay as it is, obviously Schooner Matata will get 15th place and score an extra point. Obviously 16th down to 20th, obviously you get no points. And obviously if you DNF out of this race, you'll get no points, barring, of course, you complete the 90%. So if you complete 90% of the race, you'll classify for points. And anybody who has the fastest lap of the race, doesn't matter what position you're in, you have to be in the top 10 to get the fastest lap of the race. Extra bonus points, but doesn't matter where you finish in this race. If you get the fastest lap, you'll get that extra bonus points. So let me take a quick drink and I'll be back. Alright, hopefully that should be enough. As I think it's Schooner Matata, I missed that, is now retired from the race. You could have finished the race, Schooner Matata, and get that last point if you wanted to, but obviously you didn't feel like it, so yeah, well, fair enough. As Volcanic and The Rock is ghosting. Hopefully he hasn't disconnected again, so this is not going to help our Volcanic, so well, he might have actually left the session, so that's the last thing The Rock needs, and probably so can be said for Volcanic, and like I said, well, it's going to be his last race on PlayStation for probably the time being. He's got the PlayStation 4. You can't pass under safety car, unfortunately. So there's where we stand with the penalty situation. As you can see, so Ivan will have to serve his drive-through penalty once we go back green flag racing. So probably won't be the first lap, but it might have to be afterwards. Volcanic trying to get past, but no use really. But Scotty, Chris, and Patuka have got 3-second penalties. Banana, Ned, and those guys don't have any. 6 seconds for Nachos, 5 for Will. Rock has got 3, obviously, but Volcanic got 6. As we stand with the pit stop, so pretty much Scotty was the only one that did not pit under this safety car. And there's the movers and shakers up and down the field. So best so far is actually Matt's up, Jay Nacho's up 7 spots. Then followed by Matt's biggest loser, of course, equal Will and The Rock. He's right. As Will gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Green Reaper. That'll be the last thing he needs. As we go green flag racing, hopefully this will be the last safety car of this season. Look at that. Oh, there's wings going every which way. And Patuka's not mucking around. He's got past Banana for 3rd place. But he's still obviously got to get past these guys and win the race. If he doesn't, and it's still looking likely it's going to be P1 Banana at the end of this race. Unless Ned can do something in this last race. Jay Nachos has cleared Metz. I think Metz was the one that lost the wing plate. Jay Nachos actually lost his wing plate as well. We'll have a look at Metz. Yes, he's got the exact same thing, and Bags Liddell, I think, managed to avoid all of that. So Nacho's up 9 spots now in this race. We're on lap 33. DRS won't get enabled until lap 35. So Scotty's still got a bit of an advantage for now, but for how much longer can he hold on to this lead? Or maybe not necessarily helping out, but he'll probably win the race on track, but obviously how far up the road he can be, who knows? Chris goes for a move down the inside. Will Scotty fight? He'll have to fight. Chris goes wide, but here comes Batuka potentially with a good drive out of here. He's going to have to fight for this one. They're side by side through here. I think he's just got clear of him. He'll try and go around the outside. That's always risky. But Batuka's got by in the second position. But will it be enough? He's side by side with Scotty up the hill. Scotty will have to fight. Oh, there's contact. It goes for a half spin and nearly half of the collide. As I think he actually has gone for a big spin and he's down to 9th. Oh, that's going to be controversial, that one. Probably everyone was saying who did who to what to who, but Banana's dropped back to 6th place. What's happened to Banana? I'll probably put the mocker on him. What have I done? So at this rate, Ned is going to potentially win this race. As Nachos gets by 6th place, but Banana's dropping. Scotty's back up in 8th place. He's trying to recover something from this race. I don't know where to look at this point in time. Ivan is disqualified, obviously ignored the drive-through penalty, so that'll obviously elevate the 1 spot. It was silly from Ivan. He was trying to think he could get away with it, which you can't, unfortunately. You have to serve your drive-through. Scotty gets another 3-second time penalty. In here comes Banana and Nachos. They're battling side by side, literally pushing Banana into the grass. It's the last hit. Oh, Metz is gone. And into the wall he goes. He's out. Volcanic's gone as well. He's got damage, I would think. What is happening in this last race of RS4? Chat's going to go, it's 3 wide in the foreground. What are you doing, lads? It's still 3 wide. You can't do this. They're literally pushing each other off the road here. Ivan Lee's wheels getting sideways. What have you done to me? I'm going to have no voice after this, lads. Banana's back to 9th and Baxley's still 10th in all of this. Will's getting by Nachos. I think we're on the last lap. I don't even know at this point. Yes, we are. So Batuka, 1.3 second margin over Chris. Ned is in 3rd. At this rate, he'll win the race. Barring he doesn't get a time penalty. So that'll be a nice way to finish the season off for him. These guys are still battling for positions. Nachos is literally throwing everything at him. Will covers big time. That probably was a bit of a difficult one to say. Oh, you don't know where to look. Up the inside is contact and Nachos goes around. That was always going to be inevitable. That was always going to happen. Tried for a risky move there. Yes, probably Will. Maybe they did a late move there, but I don't know what to say at this point in time. It's Banana and Graham. Don't make it 3 wide again, lads. Oh, God almighty. We're routing Junjiao for the final time. Batuka's going to try and do everything he can to win this race, but it's going to be all in vain, unfortunately. So after 36 chaotic laps, he'll win the race on track, but the win will go to Ned. He'll finish the season with back-to-back victories in Season 4. Deputy Dilldog will get onto the podium, so Batuka does hang on to 2nd spot in the end. Chris will unfortunately drop off the podium in the end with the penalties. Banana gets 5th, Bags Liddell 6th, Scotty, who stayed out, tries staying out in 7th. And Grim in 8th. I don't know what the hell has just happened at this point in time. Someone save me from this chaos. What have I got myself into in this race? Ned gets the driver of the day, obviously, because I think he started from the rear of the grid. He's done the, not quite the first challenge, but it's close enough. You can say, what just happened? Yep, I can understand. I can probably understand your frustrations there, Banana. I don't really have any other words to say for this. That was the end of Season 4 of RS4. Let's have a look at the race results for one last time. So Ned wins the Grand Prix. Started 8th, actually, in the Grand Prix. I thought he was outside the 10, but my bad. He did 3 pit stops, mind you, but he took the win. No penalties in the end. And takes it over Batuka, who finishes off in 2nd spot, and I think he'll wrap up 4th in the driver's standing. So not too bad for a driver who obviously started out in RS3. Obviously had to drop back, obviously, with the closure of RS3 because there's not too many drivers there. Deputy Dual Dog finishes on the podium. He'd be surprised to finish on the podium, I think, at this point. Chris ends up in 4th, obviously. Started from pole, but unfortunately drops off the podium because of that 3-second penalty. Banana, what could have been for Banana, really? Just all hell broke loose there in the end. He finishes in 5th. Bags Liddell in 6th. Scotty, champion, is in position 7. Grim in 8th. Rock in 9th, even though he lagged out 3 times, I think. Wilbred's at your 10, and it's Jay Nacho's Volcanic in 12th. Metz gets classified in 2 laps down in 13th. There's Scooter Batata, Half King, Kurt Boyd, DNF'd, and Ivan got himself disqualified, unfortunately, because he didn't serve his drive-through penalty. Probably didn't matter if he served the drive-through or not. He would have been further down the field. Please, someone get me out of this lobby at this point in time. Jay Nachos will get the extra bonus point for fastest lap of the race. I seriously have no words at this point in time. I'll quickly see if I can get through this very quickly, but the chat is absolutely blowing up here at this point in time. I think the majority of it's Banana at this point in time. I'm not even going to bother. I don't really want to look at the other chat there in the Race Spec channel, but oh my God. We'll go to the showroom and we'll have a look at this. My days. I have no words. I honestly have no words here, so let me see what's going on in here. Oh God, it's already gone off. 73 up messages. Let's get to the showroom here and we'll show off the race-winning car. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm getting way over the top here, ladies and gentlemen. So, there we go. There's a car that is not the Williams cars. Obviously, they dominated in the Pacific tiers that I commentated on, but it's the Haas car this season in RS4 that dominates the season. So, big well done to Scotty there, who took the championship. Obviously, wrapped it up last week at Monaco. But he's obviously the champion in RS4. I think Alfa Romeo are the Constructors champions for Season 4 as well in RS4. So big well done to Ned and to Will there on a great job in the end. It's I really don't know what to say here. Big thank you, everybody, for tuning into these live streams. It really does mean a lot with all the support out there for all these live streams. Even though it's a lower down tier, it still is a lot of fun, to say the least, and I've really enjoyed live streaming all these races, well, from midway through the season onwards, basically. So, obviously, like I said in the chat earlier on, I started at RS3, but obviously had to drop back to RS4 because of the lack of drivers there. But, oh my God, the stewards are going to be happy with this week, I dare say. But big thanks to all the drivers that turned out, whether it's RS3 or RS4. Big thank you to them. But that was some entertaining races, that is for sure. A special shout out as well to Plebs and to all the gang that all behind the scenes at Race Spec. Thank you for putting on another great season once again. It's certainly been entertaining, that is for sure. People have been going up and down, to say the least. I dare say there's going to be a few guys that are going to be making the move up tiers in the next season, so we'll have to wait and see for that one. Big thank you to all the viewers out there who have watched the live streams. Like I said, I really do appreciate it, guys and girls, for everyone that has tuned in for these live streams. It does really mean a lot to me, but that is pretty much done and dusted. In about 13 minutes time, you can catch the finale from Brazil for RS1. Hopefully there's a lot more than 7 drivers this week, so be sure to tune into that with obviously the boss Plebs. Go tune into that one to see how the final race of that one. Obviously, the championship, I think, is pretty much wrapped up. But go check out that one if you want to see the best of the best, obviously. And go and check out all the other streams as well if they haven't finished already. And even all the streams throughout this season all round. Go check them all out. Really does mean a lot. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Race Spec Esports channel if you haven't already. And turn on the bell notification when you're subscribing, so you don't miss out on a single live stream or whatnot. All their social media links are down in the description, so if you want to keep your eyes out and peeled for Season 5 news, then that's probably the best bet. So the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook pages are down in the description below. If you want to come and join Race Spec for Season 5, obviously now Season 4 is pretty much done and dusted, there's a link to the Discord channel in the description as well. Well, like I mentioned, I'll give a plug to the GT Sport League if you're interested in that. There's a link down to the description in that as well. If you want to come follow me or my social channels or even my YouTube, there's a link down to that in the description as well. But yeah, like I said earlier with Season 4, if you join the Discord link, don't do the sign-ups until Season 5 is officially announced, because basically it's just nil and Buckley's at this point in time, with Season 4 is pretty much done and dusted. So if you are thinking of joining Race Spec for Season 5, don't do the Season 4 sign-ups, because it's pretty much pointless. But I think that's pretty much where I'll wrap it up. My voice is nearly gone at this point, and I probably need to end it anyway, because I've got to get up early in the morning for work. So, like I said, tune in for the RS1 tier in about 10 minutes' time. Hopefully it's an entertaining race to see out Season 4. Like I said, even check out the social channels and whatnot to see if there's going to be an all-star race. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but please do tune in for that one. But I suppose until the next time we meet, which will probably be Season 5, and well, probably at this point, most of everybody's going to be uninstalling the game at this point. But until Season 5, where hopefully I will be back. I'd love to come back and commentate. But until next season, it is goodbye.